What's up everyone? My name is Ollie and you are watching Ollie Plays a Lot. Today we have Tactiki on the menu, and in the next couple of minutes we'll run through its rules and I will give you some insight about the game so you can decide whether the game is or isn't for you. Let's go! In this section of my channel entitled Before You Pledge, I will be running through Kickstarter games, giving my personal, unfiltered opinions about them. Before we jump into discussing about Tactiki, I would like to point out that this is a prototype copy of the game, so everything you see is subject to change, art, components as well. Tactiki is an abstract two-player game designed by Incze Gábor. In it, players are tribe members worshipping different gods. Tak, the sun god, and Tiki, the god of rain. Now, these two gods are not good friends, let's just say it. Actually, they are in a war against each other, and both players will try to impose their beliefs on all of the island inhabitants. Now this is when the magic happens. Can you feel it? Can you? Okay, never mind. Rulebook, and we have a double-sided player board. And here are the figures: 10 Tak and 10 Tiki figures. Whoop! 1, 2. Let's just take a couple out. As you can see, there are two distinct colors, red and gray. Tak and Tiki. Their size is the same, their shape is similar, but Tiki has its tongue sticking out as it's making fun of Tak. Na, 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 na. Here comes the important part. Only the player controlling them can see the number on their back. Let's set up the game. I just love the weight and the feel of these figures. They feel premium. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Now this song will be stuck in my head for the whole day. And I only know this sentence. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? The board comes on this pedestal and we are ready to give it a go. Setup takes 15 seconds. You have to pair two of your figures and place them on your starting field. There are over 100 possible ways you can set this game up, and arranging your pieces is crucial as it will drive your whole game and influence your future possible decisions. The player that will manage to stack 5 of his own figures on the starting field of his opponent wins the game and can do the rain dance. Another way to win the game is by blocking the spawn zones, as I like to call the starting zone of your opponent, and eliminating 6 of his characters. The player controlling the Tak figures starts the game. Let me just stack these here. That's it, my beautiful figures. And you will put the other figures like this. That's it, good. Now, the player controlling the Tak figures will start the game because the story says on this Polynesian island, Tak was the one that started the war. On your turn, you can perform 2 things. You can either move one of your figures twice, or you can move 2 of your figures one by one. You can never move back nor diagonally, and backwards diagonally is a big no-no, so you cannot do that. One other thing that you can do on your turn is to reintroduce one of your eliminated player pieces, but more on that soon. Sometimes during the game, you will step with one of your figures on an enemy figure, and this is where the core mechanism of the game kicks in. A battle ensues between the 2 top figures and you will have to decide who the winner is. What you will do is take these 2 figures, turn them around 180 degrees, and whoever has the lowest number is eliminated from the game. In this case, my Tak figure lost and is eliminated. In the case of a tie, like in this example, none of the figures gets eliminated, but the lower figures are not allowed to move until the top figure is eliminated or decides to move to a different place. As in rock, paper, scissors, the higher ranked numbers beat the lower ranked number, unless a number 1 steps on a number 5. In this case, number 5 will lose the battle and gets eliminated from the game. Another battle will check the numbers. Now my number 1 gets eliminated from the game. This mechanism is perfect because then you will never get stuck. There is no player piece which is the absolute winner. Unlike chess, where the eliminated characters are doomed for eternity, eliminated figures can be reintroduced into the game, but the active player has to spend both of his actions to put the figure back on the starting field. If no field is available, like in this case, then you cannot put the figure back into the game. Once a player reaches the starting row of an enemy and it is the only piece on that spot, the piece gets locked and no one can step on the piece, nor eliminate it, nor reintroduce a piece on that board. If 2 pieces are there, then both are locked, and so on, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Now that you understood how the game goes, let's talk about aesthetics. I really appreciate that although it's an abstract game, Tactiki comes with these gorgeous Tac and Tiki figures. They have good quality and they just feel good in your hand. With their touch and look, they have exceeded my expectations. I would also like to point out how cool the cover art is. You can intuitively tell that it will be a 2-player game in which players control similar powered factions, tribes in this jungle-like habitat, and there's a volcano between them which is about to erupt, so there's tension between the characters. It won't be a cooperative game, it will be competitive. They will battle for something that is important for them. And I think that it is important that just by looking at the box, you get an image of what the game can be about. As you could see, the rules are easy to learn and easy to explain, so anyone capable of paying attention for 5 minutes will understand how the game works like. And hopefully no one will interrupt you in the middle of explaining the rules, claiming that he has no clue what the game is about. What I really appreciate in the game is that you have limited possibilities, so AP prone persons like me who get lost on a chessboard because of the multitude of possibilities you have will or can perform really well in Tactiki. You can reintroduce a figure, or move one figure twice, or move 2 figures, one after the other. That's it! Although the title Tactiki focuses on the tactical side of the game, I see that memory is quintessential. You start the game with limited knowledge because you know what pieces your opponent has, but you have no idea which piece is this or what rank this piece has. You will gradually learn about your opponent's pieces as you attack each other. Being able to memorize the rank of as many pieces as possible is crucial, because then you can make tactical decisions like opponing this number 2 with my number 4 and then moving forward and attacking his number 3 and thus occupying his starting position. Or you see that he has this number 4 here and you have your number 5 right in front of him, so you can wait until he steps on you and gets eliminated. Sometimes you can leave the pieces of your enemy on the board because you know what number they are and they represent no danger at all to you. Tactiki gets better with every game I play, and I can see how players evolve. most of my opponents asked for multiple rematches because they learned something new, because they came up with a new strategy, and they just wanted to see how that strategy works. It is a game that forces you to think from the other player's perspective and logically deduce what his intentions are behind his moves. Is he bluffing, or does he want to attack me? There's so much satisfaction in logically deducing what a rank of a player piece is and then using this information against your opponent. Also, the game leaves space for bluffing. It all comes down to the way you interact with the board and with the player pieces. Your opponent might be afraid of attacking you, of engaging into a battle because of the way you move your player pieces or the way you reintroduce them to the game. You must keep things in balance. Sometimes you show strength, sometimes you bluff, and then your opponent is derouted. I love introducing new players to the game because I can see how they evolve from one game to another. They come up with strategies. They understand that sometimes eliminating a player figure is not as powerful as locking down a whole column. Sometimes I've completely lost because one of my opponents locked down 2-3 of my columns and I didn't have pawns to move with. Other times I rushed into enemy territory and eliminated enough of his characters and locked down these spawn zones, so the only place he could introduce a new pawn was in this corner. So his options were limited. I'm not a big abstract fan, but I really enjoyed Tactiki. And I think that it is an abstract game that I will keep playing and playing with new players and with experienced players as well. I hope that this short review was of your help and that now you are ready to pledge for your own copy of Tactiki, the innovative memory board game. Honestly, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't smash that pledge button. Glad you joined me today. My name is Ollie and you have been watching the Before You Pledge section of my channel Ollie Plays A Lot. Till next time, happy gaming. Bye!